Hi, I'm Emily of Emily's Line Fitness, and welcome to your Barre15 total body cardio workout. In today's total body cardio workout, we do not need any equipment aside from a mat or a soft surface that you feel comfortable laying down on. And then I also have this little cushion here, so if you have any knee tension or knee pain when you're actually on your knees, then you can either double up your mat or you can grab a cushion, a towel, something like that, just to slip underneath your knees in case you have any tension. We're gonna go ahead and get right into it, and we will start facing the center. So facing me, feet are at the center of your mat, and we wanna take them hip width apart and parallel here. You can know hip width apart when you take those hands to your bony hip protrusions at the front of your body. You want your feet really tracking just underneath those hip bones. Should be a little bit more narrow than perhaps your usual stance. We're gonna come down into a squat position, and then come all the way up and lift your heels off the floor. So we go squat, stand, heel lift, heel lower. Squat, stand, heel lift, heel lower. Now eventually we're gonna take this a little bit faster, but for now I just want you to get into the workout, warm up your joints just a little bit more before we start to soar. Now, throughout the workout today, I'm gonna give you some low impact options and some high impact options. High impact, you're gonna see a little bit more jumping. It'll be a little bit louder perhaps if you're living in an apartment building like me. And it will also be a little bit more impact on your joints. If you have sensitive joints, then I would recommend staying with the low impact option. Let's take it a little faster. So we're gonna go squat to calf raise. Squat to calf raise. Down, up. Down and up. I'm already sweating. It is pouring rain outside, so it's very humid in my apartment. This is gonna be a sweaty one for me, maybe a sweaty one for you as well. All right, now final little change here is you can stay in this squat to calf raise, or if you wanna take it up with me, we're gonna start to jump. So we go squat, jump, squat, jump. Once you start jumping, you can walk your feet out a little bit wider to disperse the weight a little bit more, to open the base of support so it's a little bit less unbalanced. Down. Good, a little bit harder to hop on the beat, so feel free to just go at your own tempo. Down, up. Bending those knees, sending the hips way back behind you, no matter if you're in the calf raise or the squat jump. Oh yeah. All right. Final 8 counts. We're gonna turn to face the left short corner of the mat in 3, 2, and 1. Come up to stand. Turn to face the left short corner of your mat. Step your right leg back. We're gonna find a high lunge. Bend your front knee, pull your left hip back, right hip forward, and take your hands to your hips. You're gonna stand, march, toe tap, high lunge. Tap, knee lift, tap, step back. Now when you tap in and you go for that little knee lift, you wanna lift the knee only as high as you cannot change anything in your hips. So if you start to tuck your tailbone, don't go quite as high. All right, in, up, down, down. In, up. You can stay here. If you want to take it a little bit faster, a little bit bigger, we're gonna go march, high lunge, march, high lunge, march, high lunge. You got it. Shoulders back, collarbones wide, up, and up, and up. Spreading out those left toes as much as you can. All right, we're gonna hold it in that high lunge and reach our arms overhead on the diagonal. In 3, in 2. Last one, step your right toes back, reach your arms on the high diagonal, shoulders away from the ears, and now pull your knee into the chest as you pull your elbows back. Too much? Give me toe taps, in and out. In, in, ooh, for 8. Good, 7. In 6, we're gonna finish with a little hold, right leg long, 4, in 3, In 2. Hold your right leg long, arms overhead, just 8. We're gonna pivot to face the other direction. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, that left thigh, left glute should be feeling warm. Turn to face the opposite direction. Bend your right knee a lot. Step your left toes back. Right hip back, left hip forward. We take it slow. 3, 2, here we go. Step, knee lift, tap, tap. Now when you tap your left toes back, bend your right knee and think of sending your hips as far back as possible in space. Now I didn't mention this at the top, but obviously here, there's a little bit of a balance component, and I want to be sensitive to those of you where balance is something that you are working on. Maybe it doesn't come as naturally. You can, of course, locate yourself next to a wall like I have, or grab a chair. Maybe you get rid of that middle step. You just high lunge, high lunge, and march. Up, down. There you go. It's gonna help you to pick a point on the wall in front of you. That always helps with balance. Up, up. We're gonna hold it in that high lunge. Arms will reach overhead. 4, 3, 2, hold the high lunge. Arms reach overhead. Shrug the shoulders down away from your ears, and I'll pull that knee in. In, in. That's too much, toe tap. Woo. Can you get a little bit lower in that right leg? We're gonna finish with a hold in 8, in 6, 3, 2, and 1. Finish in a hold. Hands are gonna come to either side of that right foot in 4. 3, you got this. 2, 1. Hands down, foot back, find a downward dog. Pedal through your feet. Okay, so maybe you've noticed we're playing around a little bit with tempo and with ranges of motion to increase that cardiac burn. So we don't need to be jumping, right? I'm sure if you went for those squat to calf raises, you felt it. We're gonna go from this downward facing dog into a plank, and we're gonna pull our left knee to our left elbow, downward dog, and then pull your right knee to your right elbow. So we go down to the plank, up to the dog, right knee down to the plank, and up to the dog. If this is too much on your wrists, then you are gonna come down to your elbows and do the same thing on your elbows. If this is too much to be up on your toes, then you're gonna go child's pose, knee to elbow. Child's pose, knee to elbow. 4, 3, 2, last one. Start to march your knees just into the center. If you're on your knees, you can take them wide still so that you have space. In, out, in, out. 8 more like this, and then we're gonna have the option to run the knees. You can go back to that downward dog or child's pose to knee drive if that feels better. You can stay here, or if you wanna increase that cardio, we're gonna start to jump. In, or start to run rather. You can run a little bit faster than the tempo here. Don't let it hold you back. In. You got it, keep going just like that. Slow counts, 8 and 7. Can you go a little faster? 6. In 5, we're gonna finish with a plank hold. 3, in 2, and 1. Finish in a plank hold on your knees, your toes, your elbows, hands, whatever you can. For 5, we just hold. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees, find a child's pose. Whew. All right. We are almost out of here. We're gonna get a little bit more into our side body, into our obliques and the sides of the glutes. So grab your cushion if you need, and we are gonna line ourselves up so that our forearm, or excuse me, so that your shoulder, the back of your pelvis, and your heels are all in the same line. From there, push into that left elbow, push into your left knee, and lift your hips up. If you need to adjust once you're there, go for it. We are gonna go for one clamshell, keeping the feet together, and then one kick. All right, let's try it there. Clamshell, kick. Clamshell, kick. Now, if that's too much, you can keep your hips down and do the exact same thing with your hips down. So let's say this is your foundation. Hips lifted is going to be a little bit harder, a little bit more intense, right? We have our supporting side, the left obliques working a little bit harder here. And then our cardio sprint in this position is going to look a little bit different, but I'll show you that here. So we will lower and lift the hips. So we go down, clamshell, down, kick, down, clamshell, down, kick. We're not gonna take it faster, right? So it's not super cardio, but working still the total body here so we get a little bit more of an intense burn. Down, down, open, down, lift, down. Ooh, give me 4 more. 4, wow. 3, pull that left shoulder away from your left ear. 2, last one, bam. Hold that right leg long, lower your hips, and just pulse that right leg up. Can you flex your right foot? Don't move your hips, just move the leg. You got 8, in 6, in 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, we do the same thing other side, and then you have one little tiny finisher for your abdominals. Total body for sure. All right, so what are we doing? We're taking our right forearm down, knees are on the pillow if you need them, or they're just on the mat. Shoulder, back of the pelvis, heels in one long line. We start let's start with hips up. So we go clamshell, kick, clamshell, kick. As if there was a little string attached to the top of your head, can you lengthen your ears away from your hips? If this is too much, we come down. We do the same thing with the hips down. Only moving that left knee as much as we can keep that left hip in place, right? If we're rolling around to get a wider clamshell, do less. I'm gonna lift my hips. I'm gonna add that final layer. So it's down, hips, down, kick, down, hips, down, kick. And in case you think that I am not struggling, I am. Down, lift, down, kick. My whole body is covered in sweat. Open, lift, open, lift. 4 more. We're gonna lower the hips. 3, 2, last one. All right, lower the hips, extend that left leg, flex the foot, just lift it up. You got it. For 8, for 6, for 3, 2, and 1. Don't go anywhere. You're gonna lay on your back, move that cushion out of the way if it's in the way. We're gonna bring our knees into a tabletop position. Let me just move my mic here. All right, legs are gonna come into a tabletop position here. Hands are gonna come behind the head. You're gonna extend the legs out for 2. Out. 2, in, 2. Out. 2, in, 2. Can you do the same thing, but when you pull the knees in, lift your chest higher. Out. 2, in, lift your chest. Out. 2, in, lift your chest with the legs down. You'll do one leg at a time. Out and up. Good, out and up. 4 more. We're gonna finish with a hollow hold. 3, this is your final change. We worked our core and our planks and our high lunge, even in our squat jumps. And 2, our squat to calf raise to keep your balance. Last one. Good, extend your legs long, extend your arms long, pull that belly button through the spine to the mat. 8, 7, can you lower your legs? Can you stretch them out a little bit more? 5, the higher the easier. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in, head down, roll your knees around. Very nice job. All right, we got a little bit of everything there. And I definitely felt my heart rate soaring. Definitely got a good sweat going. Bring your knees together, rock and roll yourself up to a seated position. We will finish seated today. Give yourself a huge round of applause. You made it through that total body cardio workout. I'm so excited to be hitting the bar again with you all, to be working on our endurance together. If you like this workout, then I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. It's called Emily's Aligned Fitness, and I have new workouts coming out every single Monday. I would love to see you there, and I can't wait to see you on the mat next time. Bye-bye.